And it's less expensive in the long term when you buy.
Let's talk about leasing here real quick. I'm reporting on this a little bit from WDCD Media. My name is William Davis. I'm the owner of the media company. And let me tell you, leasing used to be one of the most expensive and useless ways to buy a car that you could ever do. There used to be something called an open-end lease, which means that you not only didn't own the vehicle, but at the end of the lease, they would reassess what the value of the vehicle is. Those are no longer really available except for the businesses in most states. And in that case there, you can now be guaranteed a value of the vehicle, which is called a residual. And then you get a money factor up front, which is your fee for using their money to borrow it to buy a vehicle. And then you have the ability to have free maintenance. Thank you, Toyota, because Toyota changed the industry. If you don't know, Toyota was the first one of the non-luxury vehicles to add in a 2-year maintenance program, which changed leasing forever. It used to be leases where I had to lease the car, do the oil changes, tire rotations, all this other stuff, the first 2 or 3 years of maintenance, and then turn the car in. Now it's I pay a monthly payment, I pay an initial out-of-pocket, which is inception payments and inception fees, and then you're just done. And the lease, as long as you stay within the miles, you have 3, technically 4 options. 1, continue buying the car if you want to own it. If you love it, you can buy it out. It's yours. Hopefully you got a great deal on the front end, got one of the lease specials in, or buying the car for stupidly cheap because the residual is going to be a good deal. 2, trade in. Lower than the miles, and you may have $500 or $600. Plus, there's also lease loyalty money that generally these manufacturers have of between $500 to $3,000. You get some extra money for trading the car in. Sell it. I know a lot of people who sold their leases at the end. They literally just sold it for like $2,000 above the residual or $3,000 above the residual, which put it well below the market value for selling the car, buying a car in a car lot. And they basically just wrote a check plus the taxes to the bank, and the remainder they just kept in their pocket. And then the last one you can do is what they call the walkaway. And the walkaway is where you stay within your miles, did everything you're supposed to do, and it just turns out your lifestyle's changed. You're living in a place that's a great public transit system, and you find yourself barely using a car. Walk away. Literally just, here you go. Now you're not, now some people say that's the dumbest thing to do, but imagine if you could no longer be responsible for another $20,000 or $30,000 in debt plus fees or interest rates. That's actually a pretty good way to go. You don't have to worry about selling the car or hoping you can get out of it. There's a lot of people who bought houses recently, they're in the same boat, who are like, I wish I could find a way out of this $5,000 mortgage here in the Pacific Northwest costs. All right, cool. That's my reporting on this leasing today. WDCD Media, out.